it is rare that the Lord uses twice the name of a person, so he is making a point. Martha, Martha. And the word used here is quite powerful in Greek. There are two verbs, merimnas, you are careful, you have care for, and then the other is even stronger, tarivadzi, you are perturbed, you are churned up about many things, peripola. And then this puzzling enos there, estinchea. But there is need of one thing. Now, the immediate sense could be simply one dish would be enough, not a whole meal. But it has been extended by Christian commentators to mean something even more profound. The one thing necessary which concerns the Christian soul in general, unum necessarium. But then the double meaning goes on. The better part. Now, with regard to the sense of merida, merida actually means a portion, and in the Old Testament that has almost a theological sense. The portion of the Lord is that part which is His. It also gives rise to another root from the Greek, kleros, which then gives us the word clergy. But the word that the Lord is using, of course, is not Greek. He is speaking Aramaic, and it's possible that if one goes back, one finds that echo in his mind. Now, whatever that may be, there is in the Greek the heagathe, the good. Now, amongst two, the better is one of two, but if there are several involved, it is the optima, the best of all, the optimum partem, the best portion of all. That too has been picked up by Christian authors, that the best portion of all is to belong to the Lord and to be also available unto Him, without this element of disturbance and worry and preoccupation being front stage. Unfortunately, the thrust of this gospel has been not always correctly understood, as though the Lord were chiding, rebuking Martha in an unpleasant way. It's not the case. He is accepting graciously the service that she is giving, but she's inviting him to help her and not just to leave her sister to enjoy his company. And the Lord is extending that bliss of availability unto her. It's her privilege too. And it might be our case as well that he would say, one simple thing is necessary. All the things that you are doing actually can be pruned, and it would give you too availability. And that is something that has crept in not only to Christian life in general, but specifically to the life of the portion of the Lord. Those who even by vocation are called to be a part and are given the chance to be a part for the position of Mary at the feet of the Lord. And a monastery can become a hive of activity, and the very essence of it can sometimes, if we're not careful, be put on a back burner. Nowadays, there are quite a few situations where the workload is so great that brothers or sisters are under pressure and they are trying their best to maintain the structure. And it is not a good sign when, to maintain the structure, specifically with regard to work, the amount of prayer is significantly reduced. St. Benedict is quite keen on maintaining that the Opus Dei never be tampered with, and that is the thermometer. Is the Opus Dei being given that pride of place, or is it easily shunted around, even reduced, offices being combined with Holy Mass itself, and so on? In other words, other things are becoming more important, even in the monastic life. On the contrary, a certain examination of conscience might be in place. Much time can be given, for instance, to meetings, conversations. It is a lot of time and energy. That too, to any Christian soul, is a problem. How much time goes into no more useful conversation? Conversation begins by being useful and quickly becomes gossip, or worse. And so it is that we need to be aware that to have that availability to the Lord, we need to channel our energy. For the truth of the matter is that if we are occupied with many things, then the mind precisely is occupied. And then that same mind will find it hard to engage totally with the prayer of regard, because the mind is cluttered. That word that we have in the Greek would come in here. You are churned up. It is then a grace to be asked for, to know how to take control of our time on earth in such a way that we are able to have these moments of being at the feet of the Lord, and to know that He is saying to us, as He would say to Martha, that actually this is the better part, and we have a right to it. And it's the first service that we give to the Lord, the service to His person directly, total attention to Him. For the fact is that the Lord was close to His passion, and He was receiving consolation in the household of Bethany. These three are a consolation to Him, as friends can be unto us. It is only in the case of Lazarus that we find that the Lord is recorded to have wept, that is, after the death of his friend, consecrating thereby our tears and our mourning, and by the love that He had for this family, also our friendship itself. It is to be cultivated, and we can find refreshment in souls that are kindred spirits. A Bethany, a place of rest, where we are made to be loved and felt to be loved, is a great blessing upon earth. And when that is there, the encounter with God also is more easy. Ubi caritas et amor, ubi caritas